listen, it was a really well-oiled machine and they did 4 shows a week. So nobody really had time to hold my hand. It wasn't like the type of job where they were like, let me explain to you how this works. It was like, you're going here, this is what you're doing, bye, hope you get something funny. It really was like a self-starting place. There was zero, we bought our own outfits. Like there was no budget for wardrobe. I want to say for 10 of the 12 years that I was there, I paid for my own suits. Nobody was doing, I had to learn to do my own makeup. I did a terrible job. Like there was no makeup artist. Like we were not having, no one was doing our makeup. If you wanted makeup, you had to figure it out yourself. And that really was true for a lot of the time there. And so the suits that I wore were just like trash. Like I went to, oh my God. I didn't know. I was really not a stylish person. I didn't know how to dress. They told me when I got hired that you have to buy your own suits. I was like, what the fuck is a suit? Like, who buys suits? What? I'm just this lady who... So I bought a brown suit. Like, literally bought a brown polyester suit. I'm not kidding. And then I bought others. Like I had no money, we didn't get paid well. I wore the worst outfits, and I bought a pair of nun's shoes, like truly nun-like loafers. I just looked like shit for the first 5 years minimum, maybe 8.
Were you trying to emulate a journalist?
Yes,
in
absolutely.
the role? So
you're trying to be a journalist, and you're trying to do the work that a journalist does, but like not really. I mean, the
you
stories
weren't
that
a journalist.
No, not at all.
So
it's like learning all the things that you would learn in J school, but the stories that we were doing were very light. So it's not like, the kind of work that we did in the later years of the Daily Show. We got a lot more. The stories got more and more intense as time progressed. But when I first started there, they were really dumb stories, like very light, like one building a whole 4-minute world around a really dumb joke. Mm-hmm. And we were all great with that. No problem. So it's like applying some techniques of journalism to a very dumb story, and that was just the joke of the thing. So, but honestly, learning how to listen to people is very difficult when you're trying to do your own thing. Like you're trying to achieve something and really hearing what another person has to say when you're trying to, knock things off of your own agenda is truly difficult. At some point I did get good at it, and I grew to really love it. I always feel nervous. I never don't feel nervous. I think actually that's very invigorating to feel nervous about things, because people will take you down a road they will take you places that you never thought you would have to go. And so I try to approach, even to this day, every interview with that same kind of like, this could go in an unexpected direction. Like nothing is a given. There's no guarantee, which can give you nerves for sure. And you don't know what kind of personality you're going to be paired with. Like, who knows? I worked a lot with that guy, and his name is Jim Margolis, and he really is a great producer. He really is. And he is a great guy, and we became friends. It was rocky at first. He, I think, really didn't like me, but I really grew to love him, and he taught me a lot. I mean, times were different. He would yell at me in front of a full room full of people and be like, "No, you're not getting it." And I'd be like, "Jim!" Like we would fight in front of 30 people probably. And that was just the way he had learned how to do it. That's the way I learned how to do it. It was really trial by fire. The stakes felt super high for us. I don't reflect on that with any, I don't have a negative impression of that. It really did. I really learned a lot from it. I'm not sure that you could apply those same techniques today. That's probably a good thing. Yes. But that's how I learned to do it. I just got beaten up all the time. And I met really interesting people, and we really started to, like, we really developed a groove with each other, and we really started to have fun together. And he wasn't the only producer that I worked with, but I developed relationships with all the other producers, and that really became my world. And I did really love it. It was very adventurous. You never knew how good a piece was going to, you knew when a piece was going well, you knew when a piece was going poorly. I spent a ton of time in the edit suites. Like, I was always in the edit, watching myself, learning from myself. It was not really required of me to be there. And it's been very painful to watch yourself in the edit. It's a terrible exercise. It's humiliating watching, just watching all your misses, like watching all the opportunities that you missed for a joke, all of the ways your reaction could have been better, all of the things you could have done better, that also seeing your successes were less frequent than your failures. Like, it's just like lays you bare to sit in the edit. TV is made perfect in the edit, and TV is a piece of shit before it reaches the edit suite. It is trash. Television lives or dies in the edit. So that was so instructive, and I'm so glad to have had that time, like 10 years of that, whatever it took, to just really to learn what is useless, to learn what to not waste time with.